Merry Christmas. Welcome to the Shedland Christmas Light Spectacular. That's it. That is the Christmas Light Spectacular. Sorry. Hello. I was just polishing up a couple of the old patents. I've been engineering stuff for 35 years. Might have been longer than that, actually. And once you've been engineering stuff for that long, you eventually invent something. Anyway, won't win any prizes on homemadetools.net, but there you go. Did you enjoy the Christmas lights? It's like the freaking Aurora Borealis in my backyard, wasn't it? Quite amazing. So, quick chat bit. Been a little bit busy of late, and so it's been difficult to actually get time on the model engineering because I have a little side business in which I do some freelance engineering and design work, and had a big project come in for some assemblies for vacuum equipment. Can't talk much about it because of IP and all of that fun stuff. But that's been keeping me absorbed, what with that and the actual day engineering job. So I just haven't had a chance to get in the shop and make anything. But just over the weekend, I did manage to get back onto the model engineering beam engine and finish off the sole plate. So after this little bit of guff, we'll take a look at getting the holes in position and drilled and tapped in that and finishing that up. But other than that, it's just been a very busy time. So sorry about the lack of videos, but hope to get through this project here over the next week or so, and then spend a little bit more time in the shop. So please bear with me, but to all the new subscribers who've come along, thank you very much. And to all the existing subscribers and people who've been with me for the whole time, really appreciate you looking in. Got some really good comments and questions that are starting to come in, and some regular viewers who always raise a lot of very good comments and ask a lot of good questions. So I do appreciate that. I'm just going to keep going with these videos and just have some fun with it. Keep making parts and hopefully get towards a completed engine. So there's the heating kicking on because we're in the depths of the winter now. But just wanted to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe and well, and have a very merry holiday season. See you in 2025. Be seeing you. Now, last time we spoke, I was using this 1-ton industrial Cincinnati milling machine to shave off 10 and 20 thou at a time off of this light aluminium casting. And I think that's an entirely appropriate demonstration of this machine's capabilities. Now, a bit more work to do on this yet. We have some holes to put in for mounting other components. But before we do that, let's talk about cast surfaces. There is a water pump that is situated here and a main bearing that is situated here, yet to be made from these castings. Now the thing is, these surfaces are not flat, they're as cast, but the drawings call out for these to be left like this and just mounting holes put in. Well, that's the sort of thing that can get you in trouble, because there's no way this surface is flat enough, and there's no way that it's level relative to these surfaces. So we have to do something about that. Now, luckily, this bearing casting has lots of material left as stock on its bottom side, so I can adjust the height of this bearing to account for any removal of material here. And the same is true of this casting, which will be the water pump and gets situated here. So I'm going to just do what we call a minimum cleanup and machine away the minimum I can to get a fully cleaned up surface in these areas before I go and drill any holes. And that way I know when these components are made, they will sit square on this part relative to everything else. That's vitally important for this. If this is like this on here, you know, exaggerated, then the shaft is going to bind. You know, the bore of this bearing has to be straight relative to the axis of the beam. So hence all the agonizing decisions. So what I'm going to do now is change over to a different end mill, and we'll change over to this one. Which has a more appropriate insert for cutting aluminium. Is it working? And these are the inserts I should have used when I was milling the surfaces of that casting, so I screwed up a bit there. Anyway, I'm going to change over to this one, deck off these surfaces, clean up that bearing surface, and then I may switch over to a 1-inch end mill just to do a complete clean up of the area here, and then we'll be into drilling holes. So I'm just going to get into that, and I'm not going to narrate everything. Once I'm done with that, I'll get a smaller end mill, I'll go around, clean the inside of this up, and we'll do these edges. So enjoy. Good. Apparently I failed to hit the record button for all of that, so what I did was bring the end mill down, and I just was almost at the surface, and then I brought the knee up gradually until I got a fully cleaned up circle here. There's a little bit of rough stuff left in the middle because this is not a fully center cutting end mill, which is really the wrong thing to do because that's, you know, meant I was pushing down on this. But I've got the cleanup I want. Now I'm going to come down and clean that out with a smaller end mill, move over to finish this pocket, and then we'll be into drilling holes. Good. This area where the pump pipework goes through is ever slightly lower than the area where the pump base is supported, and I'm okay with that. That's relieved underneath that, and that's ideal. So I'm not going to finish this now because I can't. I didn't give myself enough travel to clean that out, so I'm going to have to set up again to do that. But right now what matters is I got the worst of it out of there. Now we're going to drill some holes. That went all right. Now what's clear is that the hole pattern on this plinth is off relative to the plinth diameter. It's off that way and it's off this way. Not much, just a little bit. But this pattern is nicely centered here. And so on balance, since this is going to get other features on it that will prevent you actually seeing this, whereas this will be visible, I'm going to say this is okay, and everything else here, you know, gets covered up with things on it. So now I'm going to go ahead and actually drill all of these holes, and this is now set as the location. I may at some point during the build round this off and make the boss even with the center. I have an idea about how I will do that, and we'll get to that in due course, but for now I think this positions everything well on the casting, so we're going with it. Here we go then. So having done a little spot check and just used the center drill to mark out locations and verify how it's going to look, it's just a matter of going round with the appropriate drill sizes and finishing everything off. Some of the holes get tapped, and I'm using not anchor lube for this. These are all either UNC or UNF threads, which I picked out just to get close to the BA threads called out in the drawings. But I'll be using all UNC and UNF fasteners for this project, and making them if I have to. Lastly, and by no means leastly, just a little bit cleanup along the bottom edges of the casting. Just taking out the waviness and making it even across the length. A little bit of hand contouring work coming up here as I go around this little bit that juts out the side of the casting.